Matisha, thanks for doing this. Really excited to have you. Tell me what your current role is.
My most recent role, I've been at Microsoft and I was GPM of product management for the Dynamics group, leading some of our AI agents that we were building at Microsoft for sellers.
Can you tell me how you ended up doing what you're doing today?
Ever since I graduated from grad school, I've been fascinated by technology that helps build better relationship with customers, whether that's marketing automation technology, whether that's CRM, whether that's post-sale. This idea of using technology to build these strong relationships has always fascinated me. Earlier in my career, I started in marketing operations, sales operations. I was implementing technologies that helped single companies get better. And I wanted to build products that would help multiple companies do this thing better. And so I made my transition into product management, starting at smaller companies and then working my way up to Microsoft.
How would you describe what you're doing in very simple terms?
I first try and deeply understand the pain points my customers have. And then how can I use technology that's at my disposal to build products that can solve these problems? And then there's a third crucial step. Just building it is not enough. Making sure that people know how to use it to solve the problem that they have is that final step in that process.
We love the most about what you do.
For me, making an impact is what's most important. I grew up playing competitive sports. Winning was important to me. Understanding that problem, figuring out the technology that will solve the problem, but seeing that problem being solved, seeing that impact happening, that is what I enjoy the most. That is what victory is to me.
You've helped companies grow very quickly in a very short amount of time. How you were able to do that?
One of the ways is being the underdog. And winning as the underdog, you have all the potential of the upside, and there's really no downside if things go wrong. And that's really the mindset that I bring. Let's take the risks, let's do the experiments, and let's figure out how to grow this. From my time at a new marketing automation startup, the marketing automation industry is a well-established industry. There's over 15,000 MarTech companies. And so breaking in as a new entrant was hard. We stepped back and did some really deep research. We went out and talked to 150 CMOs and really understood what is the pain point with MarTech tools today. What we found was there were three problems. There was a flexibility issue, a data ownership issue, and then the third was the support system. And so we built an open source marketing automation tool. It was fully customizable, fully flexible. And there was a whole community of other open source providers that could provide support if you did get stuck. And pretty quickly, we grew. Within a span of 18 months, we had a number of enterprise customers, which I was proud of, and scared some of the bigger competitors as well. So that was a cherry on top. Driving growth at different size companies is a different game altogether. Microsoft was a new entrant in the MarTech space. Microsoft has a big go-to-market engine, but there's also the art of figuring out how do you start that flywheel to really get that growth. We were able to do that at Microsoft and put Microsoft in the leader quadrant in the marketing automation space by strategically addressing all the different parts of the funnel, making sure that there was awareness about this, making sure the selling and the partner community was enabled, to making sure that customers were getting value out of this product. I think having that full funnel approach is what got that flywheel started. And we saw some pretty tremendous growth, 100% year over year for 3 consecutive years.
I love that you contrasted your experience with a smaller entrant in this space versus a larger entrant by using different strategies that are more appropriate for the context in which the company is operating. What's something cool or exciting that you recently worked on?
I've been working on an AI agent for sellers. Today, sellers spend 40% of their time just looking for new prospects. If an agent could automate this, let's say we gave half that time back to the seller, That's a whole day in the week that the seller has to do other things such as closing deals. One of the problems that I've seen throughout my career is this issue of alignment between sales and marketing. Marketing
Mhm.
goes out and does campaigns and generates these leads and then provides feedback that sellers are not following up in a timely manner and their leads are falling by the wayside. Similarly, sellers look at these leads and say, these leads are not good quality. What this agent does is it's automatically qualifying these leads, it's communicating with the prospect, identifying intent. And so by the time the lead gets to the seller, it is actually qualified. Not only has it saved the seller time, it has also removed this friction between sales and marketing, which now becomes a little bit better because the quality of what sales is receiving has become better.
Is there something that makes this work very relevant right now?
I think expectations in this industry have changed. Customers are now expecting these hyper personalized experiences. They expect companies to understand or even predict what they're looking for even before they know. Employer expectations have also changed. They are expecting their employees to be more productive, to be using AI. It's this change in expectations, which is driving the need to start figuring out how to drive these better results.
Mhm. What tangible benefits have customers or users seen from the work?
If your leads are automatically getting qualified, it's that much less time that you're spending doing repetitive, manual, administrative work. Sellers spend only a third of their time actually selling. This opens them up. And then there's the tangible cost benefit. You are paying people, whether it's people at your company or whether you're outsourcing this work to follow up on these leads. That's real dollars saved by having an agent. And then thirdly, there's the opportunity cost. There's so many customers that I've been talking to that tell me I get 1,000 people filling out a form on my website. I don't have the bandwidth to follow up on each of these. If you had an AI agent, now the AI agent is plowing through those thousands of leads to find those 4 or 5 nuggets. The AI agent is able to scale in a way that your company may not be able to.
And one of the things I've noticed with clients I work with is that the speed at which you can respond to customers once they've indicated interest, if you can increase that, you're going to materially increase conversion rates. And by doing that, you're really going to have a big sales benefit. We can use AI tools like the one you described to respond to customers quickly, close to real time with relevant information. You're probably going to have the benefit of higher conversion rates as well.
That's exactly right. If you spend more than a day responding to an inquiry you get from the website, your chances are significantly lowered of qualifying that lead, forget closing that deal altogether.
I'm curious what you learned from this experience, something that surprised you.
Yeah, going back to the idea of it's not enough to just build the product. You have to help customers use, deploy, adopt the technology to actually get benefit from it. One of the things that I saw was how closely we have to work with customers to get companies to start to trust AI, to use it, picking low risk areas to start with, and then building up to higher risk, higher value. There's an adoption curve, there's a trust barrier that you have to get through, and then change management. Really bringing companies along, showing them the benefits, showing them the art of the possible, and slowly taking steps towards it. I underestimated how much that would need to be a focus. Just making the technology available is not enough.
The companies that you see being very successful with this, what do you see them doing differently?
One of the paths that I've seen is when companies are looking to actually achieve a particular outcome. Have you helped me sell more? Have you helped me get more ROI on my campaigns? Have you helped me retain more customers? When companies are able to define a project, a segment, a goal, and go experiment with this technology, once they've built trust, they've seen those early positive results, then go scale it. That's one way that I've seen early adopter companies being successful with AI.
How do you think the work that you're doing is going to have a lasting impact on the world?
So let me talk about an industry that I'm interested in from a personal perspective, the fitness tech industry. I grew up playing a lot of competitive tennis. And the people that won were the people that were the most fit. The fitter you were, the more matches you won. As I've grown older, I've had personal experiences in my family where I've seen the other side. I lost my mom to cancer last year. I saw her struggle with being fit. And so, what I've been thinking about is how might I take this technology, use those same concepts to improve the wellness of people so they can live healthier lives, so they can be happier, and so that they can win more. Today, 21% of the US wears a fitness device. That's 70 million people. If you could have AI agents hyper personalize messages and real time advice, and then based on what you're doing, optimize the suggestions, you have the ability to impact the wellness levels of 70 million people by creating one on one communications at scale.
How is it different from some of the personalized nudges that you get on devices like the Apple Watch today?
One of the things that AI enables you to do is take personalization to a whole other level. Today, personalization is limited to the number of variations you can create manually, if this, then that. Now, AI opens up a level of personalization that is unimaginable. For example, you have a wearable device. It also has information about your health statistics, your activity, your goals, but it also has access to your online grocery list. Imagine a world where your fitness device could give you a meal idea to meet your nutrition goals. That's what I mean when I say hyper personalization. The possibilities are just endless. And this is just one industry. Imagine doing this for every industry out there. It definitely has the potential to change the world.